Mr. President, critics of your proposed bill on interrogation rules say there's another important test. These critics include John McCain, who you've mentioned several times this morning. And that test is this. If a CIA officer, paramilitary, or a special operations soldier from the United States were captured in Iran or North Korea, and they were roughed up, and those governments said, well, they were interrogated in accordance with our interpretation of the Geneva Conventions, and then they were put on trial, and they were convicted based on secret evidence that they were not able to see, how would you react to that as Commander-in-Chief?
David, my reaction is that if the nations, such as those you named, adopted the standards within the Detainee Detention Act, the world would be better. That's my reaction. We're trying to clarify law. We're trying to set high standards, not ambiguous standards. And let me just repeat, Dave, we can debate this issue all we want, but the practical matter is, if our professionals don't have clear standards in the law, the program is not going to go forward. You cannot ask a young intelligence officer to violate the law, and they're not going to. Let me finish, please. They will not violate the law. So you can ask this question all you want, but the bottom line is, and the American people have got to understand this, that this program won't go forward if there's vague standards applied like those in Common Article 3 from the Geneva Convention. It's just not going to go forward. You can't ask a young professional on the front line of protecting this country to violate law. Now, I know they said they're not going to prosecute them. Think about that, you know. Go ahead and violate it. We won't prosecute you. These people aren't going to do that, Dave. Now, we can justify anything you want and bring up this example or that example. I'm just telling you the bottom line. And that's why this debate is important, and it's a vital debate. Now, perhaps some in Congress don't think the program is important. That's fine. I don't know if they do or don't. I think it's vital, and I have the obligation to make sure that our professionals, who I would ask to go conduct interrogations to find out what might be happening or who might be coming to this country, I got to give them the tools they need, and that is clear law.
So this is an important point, and I think
the point I just made is the most important point.
Okay.
And that is the program is not going forward. David, you can give a hypothetical about North Korea or any other country. The point is that the program is not going to go forward if our professionals do not have clarity in the law, and the best way to provide clarity in the law is to make sure the Detainee Treatment Act is the crux of the law. That's how we define Common Article 3, and it sets a good standard for the countries that you just talked about. Next man.
No, wait a second. I think this is an important point.
I know you think it's an important point.
Sir, with respect, if other countries interpret the Geneva Conventions as they see fit, you're saying that you'd be okay with that?
I am saying that I would hope that they would adopt the same standards we adopt, and that by clarifying Article 3, we make it stronger, we make it clearer, we make it definite. And I will tell you again, David, you can ask every hypothetical you want, but the American people have got to know the facts. And the bottom line is simple. If Congress passes a law that does not clarify the rules, if they do not do that, the program's not going forward.
Today in the news, bum stickety bum, I like to rep a pum with your fee-fi, your faux diddly dum. Here I come with a 1, 2, buckle my shoe, gabba-doo, hippity-hoo, skippity-scabble scoop.